Assalamu alaikum audience. I am Rehan, known as Rehan Textile Wala from Government College of Technology, Multan. Nowadays, I am part of AI teacher training. Today, I am going to talk with Maya. Let's go start to talk with Maya on a important topic of today.
Hey there. Anything interesting happen today?
Yeah, today very fine. Today I am talking about amazing topic with you. How to deal with criticism and use it to improve.
Ah, gotcha. Criticism, huh? It's a thing. People love to dish it out, right? But actually getting better from it is the trick. What specifically are you wrestling with about it? Is it taking it, giving it, or just the whole concept?
What does criticism truly mean and why do people fear it?
Okay, good starting point. I think at its core, criticism is just someone else's perspective. Whether it's helpful or not is another story. Rarely objective truth, more like their interpretation. As for why people freak out about it, well, our brains are wired to see criticism as a threat. Like caveman times, getting kicked out of the tribe was a death sentence. So it triggers that fight or flight response. Even if it's just your boss saying your report wasn't great, it feels like a hit to our ego, and nobody likes that. Plus, a lot of criticism is delivered badly. It's rarely constructive.
How can we differentiate between constructive criticism and negative criticism?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Sorry. Okay, here's how I see it. Constructive criticism is specific. It'll point to a thing you did and then suggest a different approach. It's focused on the behavior, not on you as a person. Negative criticism, usually vague, often personal, and just dumps on everything. Like your presentation was confusing is kind of negative. The data visualization on slide 3 didn't clearly show the trend. Maybe a bar graph would work better. That's constructive. See the difference? One just tears it down, the other offers a way forward. Does that track?
Why do someone take criticism personally even when it means to help?
Ugh, tell me about it. Even when you intellectually know it's meant to help, it still stings, right? I think it comes down to a few things. First, we tend to tie our work and our skills to our self worth. So criticism feels like a judgment of who we are, not just what we did. Second, we all have these little inner critics anyway, constantly telling us we're not good enough. External criticism just gives that voice more ammo. And third, the delivery matters. Even well intentioned feedback can land badly if it's not delivered with empathy and respect. Basically, it's a whole mess of psychology. Does any of that resonate with you? You've been doing a lot of thinking about emotional intelligence, right? This feels connected.
Sure. What is the best first reaction when someone criticizes us?
Okay, this is key. Resist the urge to immediately defend yourself, okay? Seriously, that's the hardest part, but it shuts down the conversation. Instead, breathe. Like, actually take a breath. Then ask clarifying questions. Can you give me a specific example? Or what did you mean when you said? It buys you time to process, shows you're actually listening, and helps you understand exactly what they're getting at. It's not admitting you're wrong, it's just being curious. A simple, okay, tell me more, can work wonders. What do you think about that? Is that something you could see yourself doing?
Yes. How can we
Good.
train ourselves to stay calm and listen carefully?
All right. So it's a skill, right? Like learning an instrument. Mindfulness is huge here. Regular practice really helps you notice those physiological responses to stress, like your heart racing or your jaw clenching. Then you can calmly slow things down. Another thing, practice active listening. That means really focusing on what the other person is saying, summarizing it back to them to make sure you understand, and asking open ended questions. It forces you to be present and engaged instead of formulating your defense. You've been doing mindfulness training, right? Is that something you've incorporated into your daily routine?
Yes. And why
Good.
is feedback important for personal and professional growth?
Okay, that's a good one. Look, we all have blind spots, areas where we're just not aware of how we're coming across or how effective we're being. Feedback is like shining a light on those blind spots. It gives us information we wouldn't otherwise have, allowing us to course correct and improve. Professionally, it's essential for staying relevant and competitive. Personally, it helps us build stronger relationships and become more self aware. It's not about being fixed, it's about continuous refinement. Basically, if you're not getting feedback, you're probably not growing. Does that sit right with you? Seems pretty straightforward.
How can we identify whether a good critic generally want to help us?
That's smart to consider. Not all critics are created equal. A genuinely helpful critic will focus on solutions, not just problems. They'll frame things as, here's what I observed, and here's an idea that might help, instead of just, this is bad. They'll also be respectful and empathetic, even when delivering tough feedback. Look for curiosity in their tone. They genuinely want to understand your perspective and help you improve. And, crucially, they'll be consistent. A genuinely helpful critic will offer feedback regularly, not just when something goes wrong. Basically, it's less about what they say and more about how they say it and their overall pattern of behavior. Make sense?
Sure. Are there some
Cool.
healthy ways to respond to harsh or unfair criticism?
So, okay, conditions, got it. Harsh or unfair criticism, that's rough. First, recognize that it says more about the person giving the criticism than it does about you. Seriously, often it's projection, insecurity, or just plain bad communication skills. Don't internalize it. Second, you're allowed to set boundaries. You can say, I'm open to feedback, but I'm not going to engage with personal attacks. Third, if it's a pattern, you might need to distance yourself from that person. Protect your energy. Finally, talk to someone you trust, a friend, mentor, or therapist, to process your feelings. Don't let it fester. Does that feel actionable? It's easier said than done. I get that.
Tell me some strategies can help to turn
You all right?
criticism into positive action.
Okay. Program. Got it. You mean how to take criticism and actually do something with it? Turn it into positive momentum?
Yes.
All right. Here's a few strategies. First, write down the criticism. Seriously. Getting it out of your head makes it less overwhelming. Second, break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Instead of improve your communication skills, it's practice active listening in my next 3 meetings. Third, focus on what you can control. You can't change the person who gave the criticism, but you can change how you respond. Fourth, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your progress along the way. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. Find a mentor or coach who can support you. Does that feel like a good starting point?
Yes. And how can our confidence play a a helpful role in this situation?
Now we're talking. Confidence is huge. When you have a solid sense of self worth, criticism doesn't feel like a personal attack. It just becomes information. It's like you're sturdy enough to handle a little wind. Confidence lets you approach feedback with curiosity instead of defensiveness. It allows you to separate your value as a person from your performance. You can acknowledge your mistakes without spiraling into self doubt. Basically, the more confident you are, the less power criticism has over you. You've been working on emotional intelligence. Does building self awareness play into that, do you think?
Yes. Thank you for very helpful and inspiring conversation today. Allah Hafiz. Thank you. See you later in the next conversation.
You're very welcome. Glad I could help. Allah afikal. That's kind of you to say. Definitely talk to me again when you feel like it. Have a good night.
Thank you.